Geometry students, welcome to class today on this Wednesday the 27th. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're ready to learn some math today or to work on some homework. And let's go ahead and get started. Get out your pens, pencils, calculators, books, notebooks, all the stuff that you need. And let's have a really good class period today. You will have a quiz next week, so contain your excitement there. Make sure you're staying on top of your homework, your notes, and everything, and make sure that you are ready for your quiz next week. I'm not sure what day that will be, but I will let you know on Monday what day that will be. Actually, there's no school on Monday, is there? This Monday's Labor Day, so don't forget that. You guys have this Monday off. But on Tuesday, I will let you know what day of the week the quiz is going to be. You guys have nothing to turn in. There was no homework given to you Monday or Tuesday. No one owes incomplete, so really good job on that. I appreciate it. That's a big help to me. I have not graded the test yet, so I don't have a list yet of those who did not take the test. I should have those graded by tomorrow, and I won't be able to go over those tests with you until everyone has taken it. But as soon as everyone has taken it, we will go over it in class. And remember, even though I can't go over it with you, once they're graded, the grades will be posted on Sycamore. I always put grades directly into Sycamore right away, so your grades will be there for you to view when the tests are graded. And once again, I think they'll be done by tomorrow, okay? Moving on, schedule for today, we're going to do a little warm-up algebra review. I feel like it's very important that we keep algebra in front of you guys so that you do not forget what you learned last year, sophomores in Algebra 1, and what you learned juniors in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. Then we're going to do homework only, like I promised you, no notes today, homework only. And let me say this, if you don't finish the homework assignment in class, you do not have to finish it tonight. It's a Wednesday night, and just like teachers expect you guys to follow the rules, teachers also have to follow the rules, and you're not supposed to have homework on Wednesday night. So I think you'll finish it in class, but if you don't, you do not have to finish it tonight. Just turn in tomorrow what you did in class, and you'll get an automatic 100. Remember the notes you took on Monday were about finding a pattern and then making a conjecture. So if you need to consult your notes during the homework today, you will find those in your notebook on August 25th, okay? So if you need help using your notes during the homework today, that is where you will find them. Excuse me for a second. Please copy down your homework assignment. Your homework assignment is page 60, numbers 9, 13 through 24 all, and 27 through 34 all. The video for this homework assignment is Geometry, Track 1, August 27th homework, okay? I want to, once in a while, do warm-up activities. I believe I'm going to do a lot of algebra activities to keep algebra strong in your mind. They will be short, informative, and although you might disagree, they're necessary. So we are going to do one of those now before we start the homework. We're going to review a lot of algebra this year, occasionally when we get a chance, because I really feel like you need to keep this in mind and review these principles so that you're ready for pre-calculus next year, or Math 4, or advanced math, or whatever it is that you take next year for your senior math, and also for your Algebra 1 students, because you'll be taking Algebra 2 next year. Okay? All right, here we go. I would like you to solve these 4 equations. Now, in just a minute, I'm going to ask the supervising teacher to pause the video and let you guys work on these. I would like you guys to have anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes to work on these. If everybody finishes before then the video is you're welcome to turn the video back on. But, excuse me, but as soon as you're done working these problems out, or 7 to 10 minutes approximately, let's go ahead and turn this video back on. I'm going to work these problems for you. I want you to check your answers, take really good notes, or at least review these well. You're not going to turn them in to me, okay? And then when this is done, then you'll go ahead and start your homework. Okay, let's go ahead and try this first problem together. Here we go. Equation number 1. Now, what you should have learned in the past is simply this. You first of all always try to simplify the left side and simplify the right side. If you look at the left side, this is an x term, this is a constant term. You cannot put them together, so you cannot simplify. If you look at the right side, all that you have is a constant term, and you cannot do any simplifying. So moving on to step 2, the next thing you want to do is get all of your x terms on one side and all of your constant terms to the other side. So I'm going to take this positive 6 and move it to the other side and make it a negative 6. So now I'm left with 1/3 x equals negative 14. Negative 8, negative 6. Look at it like dollars. You owe $8, you owe $6, now you owe $14. And then we're going to divide by 1/3 and divide by 1/3. Now the calculators you guys have nowadays do all this stuff for you. So all that you have to type in is negative 14 divided by 1/3. And if you type that in correctly, you're going to get negative 42. Okay, a negative divided by a positive is a negative, and 14 divided by 1/3 is 42. Okay, look that over, see if you have any questions, and let's continue on. All right. Okay, problem number 2. Step 1, we're going to see if we can simplify the left side, and I see two like terms that I can combine, an x term and an x term. So 7x minus 3x is 4x. Bring down your negative 8. Now we're going to look at the right side. Is there any simplifying you can do over here? Well, no. All that we have is a 24. Next, we want to get all of the variable terms on one side. In this case, it's x terms, and all the constant terms on the other side. So we're going to take this negative 8, we're going to bring it over and make it a positive 8. When we do, the negative 8 is gone. So now we're left with 4x equals 32. Okay, 24 plus 8 is 32. Now divide both sides by 4, and x equals 8. All right, so there we go. Hope that makes sense. Let's continue on. Okay, problem number 3. Let's look at the left side first. Is there any simplifying we can do to the left side? Well, no, it's just a negative 28. Now let's look at the right side. There's a lot of simplifying we can do. First of all, we can take this 2 and distribute it through the parentheses. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times positive 3 is positive 6. Next, you can take this negative 5 and distribute it through the parentheses. So negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And be careful with your signs. Negative 5 times negative 1 is a positive 5. Now we can still do some more simplifying on this right side over here. We have an x term and an x term. So a positive 2x and a negative 5x would be a negative 3x. And then we have a constant term and a constant term. So a positive 6 and a positive 5 would be a positive 11. So there. Now we can do no more simplifying on the left side. We can do no more simplifying on the right side because this is an x term and this is a constant term, and they're unlike terms, so you cannot put them together. So next, we want to get all of our variable terms on one side and all of our constant terms on the other side. So we're going to take this negative 11 and we're going to, or this positive 11, we're going to bring it over and make it a negative 11, and now it's gone, and we're left with negative 39 equals negative 3x. And then we're going to divide both sides by a negative 3. And if we do that correctly, we're going to be left with a positive 13. A positive 13. Okay? And continuing on, let's see what we have next here. Number 4. Okay. Let's first of all simplify the left side. You have a 1/4 that you can distribute through the parentheses. Feel free to use a calculator. Most of your calculators have a fraction button. If you take 1/4 times 12x, you will get 3x. And if you take 1/4 times 6, you will get, and I'm wondering if I typed that correctly because I thought that was supposed to be a 16. Yes, it was, but too late now. It's a 6, so we'll leave it a 6. So 1/4 plus 6, excuse me, 1/4 times 6 is going to be 3/2, 3 over 2. All right. Now we come over here to the right side. I have a negative 3 I can distribute through, and so here we go. Bring down your 10. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. Now we're not quite done simplifying yet. On this right side, I have a constant term here, positive 10, and a constant term here, positive 6. I can combine those together, and 10 plus 6 would be 16. So we're going to make that a 16, and we're going to get rid of this stuff here. All right. So we added the 10 and the 6 together. Now, if you look at the left side, you have an x term and a constant term, so there's no simplifying you can do. Over here, we have a constant term and an x term, so there's no simplifying we can do. So what we want to do next now is we want to get the x terms on one side and the constant terms on the other side. So it really doesn't matter which side you bring the x's to. I'm going to bring this negative 3x over for no certain reason and make it a positive 3x. and I'm going to bring this 3/2 over and make it a negative 3/2. Okay, now if you do that correctly, 3x plus 3x would be 6x, and then 16 minus 3/2, use a calculator if you need to, would leave you with 14 and a half. 14 and a half. Okay, now next we want to divide both sides by 6. Okay, now your 6's would cancel, leaving you with x. Okay, here it's really difficult to divide a mixed number with a whole number. I would really encourage you to make this 29 over 2. Okay, remember 14 and a half is 29 over 2. You take 2 times 14, which is 28, plus 1 is 29. So you really have 29 halves. 29 halves divided by what number? 6. Divided by 6. And if you'll remember how to divide fractions, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this fraction, and you're going to put the 6 on the bottom and the 1 on the top. And then, of course, we're going to turn this into a multiplication problem. And so the answer is going to be 29 times 1 is 29, and 2 times 6 is 12. And you can leave that as your answer, or if you want to, you could put 2 and 5/12, which is the same thing as 29 over 12. Okay, now I hope this has been a help to you guys. We're going to do a lot of, not a lot, but occasional review into algebra to keep your minds fresh. We're going to review graphing certain types of problems, solving certain types of problems, factoring, and they're not going to be on tests or anything. I just want to take occasional time throughout the year and go over this stuff to keep it fresh in your mind. Okay, have a good day the rest of the day. Don't forget you're doing this homework assignment right here, and you are watching this video here. And my suggestion to the supervising teacher is to go ahead and load this video, and you can fast forward it, you can back it up. As different students have questions, you can watch that, and it will help you do well on your homework. Okay, have a good rest of the day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.